Well, I think he's that strange phenomenon of our business. I think he's a star. And I think that apart from his own great natural gifts as an actor, he is one that is exceptional in this day and age. I think he's got the great art of concealing art. I never met anybody more relaxed.
Richard Beckinsale was a beloved English actor, renowned for his charming presence and comedic talent. Born July 6, 1947, in Nottinghamshire, he trained at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Beyond his professional achievements, he was a devoted father to his daughters, Samantha and Kate Beckinsale. His performances remained cherished by fans, securing his place as a beloved figure in British television history. Since his untimely passing, it's time we reflect upon his life. Life and career.
Whoever came into contact with him was immediately put at ease. And that was really vital in Rising Damp. And Len loved him. Len really loved Richard. He thought he was wonderful.
Richard Beckinsale's early years were marked by a strong sense of family and community, growing up in a working-class household. His father, Arthur Beckinsale, was a legal executive, and his mother, Maggie, was a homemaker. From a young age, he showed a keen interest in performing, often entertaining his family and friends with his natural wit and charm. His love for acting became evident during his school years. He attended College House Junior School in Chilwell, where he participated in school plays and developed his passion for the stage. His talent was further nurtured at the Alderman White Secondary Modern School in Beeston. It was here he decided to pursue acting as a career, inspired by the encouragement of his teachers and the enthusiastic response of his peers. After completing his schooling, his dedication to his craft led him to RADA, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London, one of the most prestigious acting schools in the world. His time there was transformative, honing his acting chops and preparing him for a successful career in the performing arts. He graduated with a newfound confidence and a polished set of acting skills. His professional career began in the late 60s with small roles in television dramas and repertory theater. His big break came in 1970 when he was cast as Geoffrey Barnes in the sitcom The Lovers, written by Jack Rosenthal. This role showcased his ability to portray a lovable, bumbling character, and his chemistry with co-star Paula Wilcox was a highlight of the show. The Lovers was well received, and Beckinsale's performance earned him critical acclaim, cementing him as a rising star in British television. In 1973, Beckinsale was cast in what would become one of his most iconic roles, Lennie Godber in the sitcom Porridge. Porridge was set in a fictional prison and followed the lives of its inmates. Beckinsale played Lennie Godber, a naive and good-hearted prisoner who shared a cell with the wily and seasoned inmate Norman Stanley Fletcher, played by Ronnie Barker. The dynamic between Godber and Fletcher was central to the show's success. Beckinsale's portrayal of Godber brought a sense of innocence and vulnerability to the character, making him a perfect foil to Barker's more cynical Fletcher. Porridge was a critical and commercial success, and Beckinsale's performance is still celebrated as one of his best. While working on Porridge, Beckinsale continued to expand his career. In 1974, he took on another memorable role as Alan Moore in Rising Damp. This sitcom, written by Eric Chappell, centered around the lives of tenants in a rundown boarding house. Beckinsale's character, Alan Moore, was a naive and optimistic medical student who rented a room from the miserly and bigoted landlord Rupert Rigsby, played by Leonard Rossiter. Beckinsale's performance added a layer of warmth and humor to the show, and his interactions with Rossiter were a highlight. Rising Damp was another hit, and Beckinsale's work in the series further cemented his reputation as a talented comedic actor. In addition to his television work, he also appeared in films and stage productions. He played supporting roles in movies such as Rent-A-Dick in 1972 and Three for All in 1975. His stage work included performances in productions like Funny Peculiar and I Love My Wife. Throughout his career, Beckinsale was known for his ability to bring warmth, humor, and humanity to his roles. His natural charm and relatable portrayals endeared him to audiences, making him one of the most beloved actors of his generation. Off-screen, he was a dedicated family man. He was married twice, first to Margaret Bradley, with whom he had a daughter, Samantha Beckinsale, who also became an actress. His second marriage was to actress Judy Lowe, and together they had a daughter, Kate Beckinsale. who went on to achieve international fame as an actress. Richard's contributions to British television and comedy have left an enduring legacy. His performances in The Lovers, Porridge, and Rising Damp remain iconic, and his work continues to be celebrated by fans and critics alike. Beckinsale's career, marked by a series of unforgettable roles, stands as a testament to his talent and the joy he brought audiences through his craft. Death and legacy.
My actual father died at 31 years old. My stepfather's still alive.
31?
Yeah, he had a heart attack, a huge heart attack one day.
And he was a leading comic figure?
Yeah, he was actually an incredibly talented actor and straight actor, but what he was at that point in his career very, very known for was comedy.
Richard Beckinsale passed away tragically March 19, 1979, at age 31. His sudden death from a heart attack shocked the nation and left a deep void in the entertainment industry. Despite his untimely demise, Beckinsale's work continues to be adored by fans, and his legacy remains a source of inspiration for many actors. While he was often thought of as a relaxed actor, he also worked incredibly hard. Due to his stardom, he also had to attend press conferences, parties, and other events that one expects from a star. In the long run, these events and obligations can take a major toll on an actor and cause serious health problems. For someone as young as Richard Beckinsale was, one can only imagine the immense pressure that was building up inside him. It began with a discussion on whether stardom is healthy for an actor, and since his passing, many fans have wondered what else could we have seen had Richard Beckinsale lived longer. Beckinsale's death came at a time when he was at the peak of his career. He had captured the hearts of audiences with his warm and relatable portrayals. His talent for bringing humor and humanity to his characters made him a standout performer. Rising Damp co-star Don Warrington, who played Philip Smith, fondly remembers Beckinsale as a kind and gentle soul. Warrington has often spoke about the close bond they shared on set, describing Beckinsale as a generous and supportive colleague. He recalls the laughter they shared and the ease with which Beckinsale could make everyone around him feel comfortable. Beckinsale's death left a profound impact on his family, particularly his daughters, Samantha and Kate. Kate, who was only 5 at the time, has often spoken about the enduring influence of her father on her own acting career. She's described how she still mourns his loss and spends a lot of time watching reruns of his work to feel closer to him and study his acting. Kate has gone on to achieve international fame as an actress, starring in a wide range of films and television shows. She's often credited her father's legacy as a guiding force in her career, and she continues to honor his memory through her work. Samantha, Richard's older daughter from his first marriage, also pursued acting. She too has spoken about the inspiration she draws from her father's work and the deep sense of pride she feels in being his daughter. The legacy of Beckinsale's work extends beyond his immediate family. His performances in Porridge and Rising Damp remain timeless, and his comedic genius continues to be celebrated by fans and critics alike. Many actors and industry professionals continue to look up to Beckinsale as an inspiration. His ability to effortlessly blend humor with genuine emotion set a standard for comedic acting, and his performances continued to be studied by aspiring actors. His death was a tragic loss, but his legacy lives on through his work and the memories of those who knew and loved him. His memory remains a beacon of inspiration for actors and fans alike. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think Beckinsale's work will continue to inspire the next generation of actors? What's your favorite memory of him? Let us know in the comments section below.